data structures or some kind of motivation, right? Okay. Okay. Imagine there is a large container. Okay. Now, like, the agreement is whatever that I am going to tell, you will have to picturize it in your mind. Okay? Imagine there is a large container and there are 3 people. U, D, P. User, designer, programmer. Okay? See, given any software or given any problem, or say not a problem, just visualize it that there will be a user, there will be a person who designs, there will be a person who programs. Okay? These are the 3 people. And before that, I just wanted to inquire, like, you people are doing hoops or not? I mean, like, basics of hoops. Okay? Tell me why, like, every variable, all variables can be public, right? Why we are specifying certain variables to be private in a class? Other classes, okay? So you people know all that. Clear? Okay, fine. These are the 3 people. Okay, imagine that, not imagine, just remember that there are 3 people and there is a large container. And there is also one more person called B, business person, who gives requirements. Okay, kind of irritating person. Okay, he gives requirements to P for usage by you. You will be the user. Right? This is separate. Now, imagine there is a big container. B is giving a requirement that I want to store items in B, some items in this container, such that I can retrieve the item or I can see the item, I can see any specific item at any specific time. Immediately, if I want to see the item chocolate or say item B, I want to see it immediately. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to arrange it. This is my sole requirement. He is giving this container. See, this D will use this container. D is a person who will build this container. Okay? B will tell P or D. Okay? That, see, I give you the, you can use this container. I'll give you the money. Okay? You have to arrange me whatever items that I give or my user gives in a specified way, that in whatever way that I specify. What did I specify? I want to see, the user should see any specific item at any specific time. Immediately, உடனே என்ன பண்றான், இந்த ஐட்டம் வச்சுட்டு ஒரு கோலா போடுறான். அப்புறம் இங்க ரேக்கா கிரியேட் பண்ணுவான். ஓகே, ரேக் பண்ணி கிரியேட் பண்ணி கொடுத்துடலாம். போயிட்டு சொல்லிடலாம், பாருங்க நான் கிரியேட் பண்ணி கொடுத்துட்டேன், நீ கேட்ட ரெக்யர்மெண்ட் என்ன, ஏதா இந்த மாதிரி ஐட்டம் அவன் எப்போ வேணாலும் கன்வெர்ட் பார்த்துக்கலாம், இந்த ஐட்டமா இல்லை இதில் வந்து சாக்லேட் எதானாலும். ஸோ ஐ கேன் சி any specific item in immediate, like in order of one or immediately. Okay, so this is the way he designs this container and gives it to the business person. So B will design this container and P in his code will use this container. Okay, now in other words, or after some time, this container was named to be an array. Clear? That is, he decides. Basically, see, I am just mixing the computer with real-time terms, so please do not get confused. The thing is, when I say a data structure, it means it is a big container in which I can store data, see data, retrieve data. That's all, in whatever way I want. The business person will come and give me the requirement. I will have to design this container. So, இப்போ இங்க ஒரு கோல் போடு, இப்போ இங்க ஒரு கோல், இப்போ இங்க ஒரு கோல், இங்க ஒரு கோல், இப்படி டிசைன் பண்ணி தந்துறோம். இந்த கண்டெய்னரை பிசினஸ் பர்சன் வந்து யூசருக்காக கொடுத்துருவோம். கிளியர்? கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு என்ன ஆகுது, இது ஸ்டாட்டிக்காக இருக்கும். Suddenly this business person comes and tells, I want to retrieve only the top next element should be the topmost element. Okay. Then P comes and tells that okay, I will write a code such that I will give you only this element a of n minus 1, and then I subtract. Okay, simple. But then D comes and tells that what if some person is going to access this element directly because I have given wholesale. Okay, clear? So what D does is he asks P to stop and designs his own data structure, that is the container, and blocks these codes. Makes this private, makes this public. No, not clear. Later this was named as stack. Okay, clear? This is how data structures evolve. Some irritating businessman comes and tells that, see, I don't want this, I don't want that. So what P does is, he uses his, what P told was, let these things be there. Let these holes be there. Let us not create a new container. We can use the existing container. What I can do is, I will give you this container. At the same time, I program such a way that I will just access the a of n minus 1 and then reduce n, delete n minus 1 or whatever it may be. Clear? Then D, who is a good person, intelligent person, comes and tells that what if by mistake P accesses this segment? Because there is a hole here in this container. Okay, so what he does, he creates a new data structure called stack or XYZ. Okay, gives only the public variable like function as push and pop. Okay, and in the private he has the container. When this container is private, this is not accessible to outside, right? Even the programmer will not be able to access these things if he uses the stack. Correct or not? So this is how stack evolved. Okay, the implementation of stacks or whatever data structures that I am going to talk about is in your hands. Okay, the thing is, you go, there is a lot of resources in internet for the implementation. Each one will have his own implementations. Okay, if you want, I can give my own implementation for stacks, linked list, binary trees, suffix trees, tries, everything. The thing is, you will have to read that and try to implement it on your own. Only when you start implementing it, you will face the programming or jargon troubles. That is a different kind of thing. Okay, so it's not possible for me to explain all those things right now because of the timing constraints. I will give you an overview of each data structure, how it got evolved, what is the application. Okay, then you can go and relate it to the implementation. Okay, now you people understand? Any doubts, please ask me. I will be able to explain it then and there. Okay? Okay. Now tell me one thing. There was this container, okay? Okay. Why was something called a linked list created? What is dynamic memory? Okay. User can create the memory. I can also create dynamic. Like, why was it not possible to increase the array size dynamically? Okay. Then why can't it be like this? Okay.
There is no constraint that it should be stored in the continuous mode.
Okay. It's fine. Okay. See. The fifth semester students are all in page. You are able to understand, right? Because I don't know, like you people have had data structures class, like so you people are able to understand, relate things, right? Okay. So if you are not able to follow, please do repeat. Okay. Okay. When I declare an array like this, okay, 100, and linked list is like this. Tell me, these are all not in contiguous locations. Correct. So say this can be 1000, this can be 1200. This is linked list. This can be 1300. Okay. This is continuous. Why is it not possible for me? I can, after 100, in the program I can say array
complicated array.
Instead of moving the data in this function, you can just
Manipulation in array will be difficult.
Huh?
Manipulation, insertion, addition, deletion ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟ ನಾವು.
ಇದಿಲ್ಲ.
Insertion
Insertion ಅದೇನೇ ಇದು. ಹಾ, deletion correct. ಹಾ, okay, come on. Okay. Then memory wastage. Okay. So you people are like, okay, good. So since you are also in favor, you want me to explain why? Okay, well, see, when I say AR 100, say when I say AR 4, okay, what happens in the memory is it allocates space for 4 integers. Okay, so 1000 based on the compiler or thing, it will be the integer size will vary. Now I assume that each integer occupies 4. 1004, 1008, 1012. Okay, this is the way in which 4 integers are stored in an array. Now in linked list, when I store these 4 things, it can be 1000, 1200, 1300, 1400. Okay. Now, if I want to add one more element in a linked list, it is possible for me to add just like this. What I do is, I find out if there are any available space in the memory. Then say this might be 2500 also. In an array, why I can't add this 1016 is, we don't know this 1016 has been occupied by some other element of R. So the designer thought that this is not an efficient. This was the first reason why the linked list, the invention of linked list came into the picture. They talk about the linked list. Say let's not say linked list. Say some structure came into the picture. Then it was named as linked list. Okay. Then the idea was there was some structure for this. Okay. Now the requirement in the container was only to delete elements and to rearrange elements. In that case, which was simpler? If I want to delete this element, I delete this. I need to push all here because the property of an array is they have to be stored continuously. But here this is not the case. It's just order of n type. Okay. So they started using linked list for that kind of scenarios. So this was how the development of linked list came into the picture. Right? Clear? Okay. Now tell me this. Like, we all like solve this problem. I give you a string. You just need to tell me if this is matched parenthesis. Like, this is a proper say parenthesis.
Just chat for it.
That's all. So you people know this problem? Good. Okay. Fine. You don't. Okay. See, there is a string like this. Okay, this is properly matched. Okay, there is a string like this. This is not matched. How will you tell? Given a string, how will you tell that this is a properly matched string or not? Okay, the thing is, one idea is this should be equal to this, right? Or I can also have something like this. This is also matched. How will you do it? Stack. The thing is, you will have to push in all the open parentheses in the stack. Now the topmost element will be this. Say this will be in stack. Sorry. This will be in stack. This will be in stack. This will be in stack. Now there is a closed parenthesis that should match the topmost element. Next, there is an open parenthesis. So now you should top it. Now there is a closed. There is an open parenthesis. Now this is open parenthesis. Sorry, closed parenthesis. So this should match this. Clear? Since it is match, you take it up. Once a match comes, I don't want it. Okay, I take it up. No, you should encounter this. Encounter this. Clear? So these kind of applications. Clear? Basically, I can do these things using array. I just simple programming logic I can do. But why I am going for stack is even the programmer should not be able to access any other element according to the properties of stack. If I use just an array, I can access the middle element also, which will not comply to the property of the stack. So there is a separate data structure that was created, which did not allow the programmer even the programmer to access the middle elements also. Clear? Okay. Did you people get the problems at that area? The problems which no. Okay. Anyway, start looking at the problems. And so the next application. So suddenly what happened was there was some lot of numbers that were there. The business person. Okay. 2, 3, 8, 10, 12. He gets lot of numbers. Now the requirement for him was to search one particular element among this big list. This was a constant list. Say 1, 4, something like this. Okay. The data is constant. That is a big set of numbers. Say 1 million numbers. Okay. And the requirement was to search if a particular number exists in this set. Okay. At that time, what the programmer did was he started searching it. So he used an array. He used to to search for. He passed all the elements. Okay. The intelligent person design comes to the picture. What he did was he used the property of parity bits. That is, not parity. A number, okay, can be greater than a particular number or lesser than a particular number, right? So I have 2 here. Okay. Next 3 comes. What he did was, if the 3 is greater than 2, put it into some set here. Okay, and have this location. If that 8 is again 8 is lesser than 2 no. Again this comes here. So basically then 10, then 12, then 1, then 4. He builds this kind of a structure, exploiting the property that a number can be greater or lesser. Only these two are possible. Okay. So he will have 2 branches. Okay. Now to search say 4, I had to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. Correct? Now in this case 4 is greater than 2. Definitely 4 will not be available in this set. Again 4 is greater than 3. It will not be available in this set. 4 is lesser than 8. It will not be available in this set. So again. Clear? So this kind of a structure formation simplified or lessened the number of comparisons in the search process. Then he named it as binary search. Why binary? Only 2 branches. Why search? It is used for searching. So binary search. Clear? So there was a requirement and people started to think, can we do it in a better way? Then they started designing the structure. Then they implemented it. And then came the okay? Clear? See, I am just being a little fast, but I just want you people to just go home and then think deeply on whatever that I am telling you. I think you people should know all these things. I am just giving it as a refreshing. Okay? Right. Next thing. search a particular number. Good. Okay, I'll explain it. Good. So that
இப்படி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு காலம் சர்ச் பண்ணி இப்போ 8 னா ஒவ்வொரு எலிமெண்ட்டை காலம் வைஸ் சர்ச் பண்ணிட்டே வரும். எப்படி 11 டேட்டா இருக்கிறதுனால அந்த இதுக்கு வராது அந்த ரோல சின்சியரி ஸ்டார்டட் அதனால ஃபோர்த் அந்த செகண்ட் ரோல தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த செகண்ட் ரோவை மட்டும் ட்ராவல்ஸ் பண்ணுறோம்.
second row. Okay, what if it is like this?
ஷார்ட்டட் நீங்க காலம் ரோ ஷார்ட்டட் சொல்றீங்க.
அதான். என்ன தப்பு பண்ணிட்டேனா? Okay. Please, silence please. Now there is a structure, there is a matrix which has sorted elements in rows and sorted elements in columns. I need to search a particular element. Okay. Normal approach will be to travel each element and search. Is there a better way? That is the question. Okay. Now your solution come.
இல்லைண்ணா அது நான் ஃபுல் செவன் நான் 1 2 3 4
Okay. Now
Row wise partition, column wise
tell me row wise.
partition or column wise partition, you can separate the matrix.
Partition in the sense how will you partition?
Medium of matrix.
Okay, medium. Now then I want to search the element 17. After partition,
You can compare the element.
which element?
Actually, what you say is binary search based on it.
Okay. No, after partition I'm asking.
Actually, we find the
Huh?
not entire partition.
மிடில் இருக்கு பைனரி சர்ச்.
Okay, middle element.
Like
Okay, here then middle. Tell me. No, no.
you can find middle element like partitioning column and row. If it is 9, then 17 will be like after.
What? No, no. When you say partitioning, I am not able to understand. No, you can partition this row, you can partition this column, and partition can be 1/2 or 1/3 or 1/4 also, right? So how are you partitioning?
Okay, but middle element is not that big. It will be like 9, around 9 or
Oh, you are telling that n plus m/2. The center element, center one.
17 will be next to that row.
இந்த மிடில் எலிமெண்ட் கண்டுபிடிக்க சொல்றேன். ரோ டிவைட் பை 2 காலம் டிவைட் பை
Row divided by 2 column divided by 2. Avada row A of row by 2 column by 2. Okay. Good.
So we can find in which part of the matrix that number will come.
Wait. How? It can be in this part or it can be in this part also, right? 17 is greater than 9. 12 is also greater than 9. 17 can be here, okay? And 18, 19.
So we will not search the above.
If I want 15, okay. So let me explain. I got two answers. Good. So have this element 15. Okay. Suppose I want to search 12. Okay. If say k, if k is greater than 15, if k is greater than 15, it has to be present only here. I can eliminate this row, right? I cannot have this anything before that. Okay. full row. Correct?
12 தான் சொன்னீங்க. அப்ப லெஃப்ட்ல
This row, I can eliminate this row. If it is greater than 15, it cannot be present before here, right? One by one, please. 100. Tell me.
12 தான் அந்த காலம் தான் எழுதுறேன்.
Okay. 12 now. If it is here, if k is greater than 15, okay, the number cannot be there. Correct? Now, next, what I do is I come here to this number. Okay. If k, that is k is greater than 10 or 12 is greater than 10 or lesser than 10. Greater than 10. Correct? So, cannot come anywhere here, right? Eliminate. Come here. 12 is, so it has to be before. Correct? Go here. 12 is lesser than 14. Before. Please, you want to explain? Want me to explain again or one more time? Okay. See, because wait, I'm writing it. See. Okay. Sorted. Next, you people read out the number. 4. Okay, let's take this example. Okay, now I want to search 9. Okay, I go here. I compare 9 with 6 with 9. Greater. So it cannot be in this row. Correct or not? In one comparison, I am reducing one row completely and eliminating one row completely. Now, after this, I come here. 15. Lesser. So it cannot be present here in this row at all. So this row is eliminated. Correct or not? Sorry. This column is eliminated. Okay? Now, go here. See, if column is eliminated, I decrement the row. If row is eliminated, I decrement the column. Correct or not? Increment or decrement. Okay, I just shift. Okay? Come here. Compare 8 with 9. Lesser or greater? Greater. So, this is eliminated. Correct? Correct? So, what's happening? In my binary search tree, for every comparison, I eliminated certain number of numbers. Branch. Here, for every comparison, I am eliminating certain rows or columns. Clear? Okay? So, these kind of problems are like expected to be asked in Amazon. Okay? Any doubts? entering I keep entering zeros and ones. At any single instant I have to find, not single instant, at any instance I will have to find whether this binary equivalent of this, the decimal equivalent of this number is divisible by 3 or not.
Traverse from the right.
Wait, 1 minute. Okay, tell me. I will traverse from the right.
The power is 2 power and position 2 power 0, 2 power 1. They will say traverse from the add our decimal point. First position is 2 power 0 after 2 power 1 and equal time. 1 minute set ஆகுனா அத ஆட் பண்ணிப்பேன் 0 set ஆகுனா அப்புறம் போய் எடுத்து அப்போ வந்து அந்த 1000 போச்சுனா பிட் வந்து பிட் தான் இருக்கு பைல
அண்ணா equal numbers of
இல்ல that is the catch. Suppose there are 100 bits.
Anna, equal numbers of odd placed ones and even placed ones which is modulo by the which is divisible number. எந்த நம்பர் நம்ம டிவைட் பண்றோம் நினைக்கிறோமோ அதுக்கு வந்து 0 னா because
See. Okay, why? See, one of the solutions that Swami told was what I should do here? 2 power
0 first element.
But that is not the case because the decimal equivalent of this number is 0 into 2 power 0 plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 something 10. இதுதான் நம்பர்.
நம்ம keep
This is my number.
சரி அப்ப லெஃப்ட்ல இருந்து traverse பண்ணனும்.
Okay, store the number and then take
அப்பனா லெஃப்ட்ல இருந்து traverse பண்ணனும்.
left and traverse பண்ணா that will not be the number, right? அது நம்பர் கிடையாது, நம்ம கொடுத்த நம்பர் கிடையாது.
Okay, see what he is telling is as I get my number I can calculate some x into 2 power I something like that. Okay, that is one of the solutions. Good. As in, but if that will not work out if the number of bits is going to be large. But yeah, you can try that. That is also one of the
ஏன்னா
solutions.
மேக்ஸிமம் 64 பிட் தான் வந்து 64 டைம்ஸ் தான் நம்ம traverse
Okay, that is one of the solutions. Okay. One more thing is, okay, tell me this.
We just alternatively subtract and add the bits.
Why is it like that? Yeah, see, that is the solution. Okay, I'll explain it. Tell me this. Given a number in base 10, how will you find whether the number is divisible by 11 or not? 1331. Right, one more. I know everyone knows here that the test of divisibility of 11. Okay, clear? Everybody knows, right? No, okay. See, 1331 is there. Add all the even placed numbers, all the odd placed numbers. Subtract both. If the difference is divisible by 11, then the number is divisible by 11. Clear? Everyone knows. In page. Okay. What did I give? A binary number. A number in base 2. Okay. To test the divisibility by 3, which is n plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3. Same logic applies. I just add 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. Okay, this will be 0, 1, 2. Now add these numbers. 1 plus, sorry.
1 1
Okay. Am I right? I did not check it. Subtract. 0 is divisible by 3. So the number is divisible by 3. Clear? Simple. So now you need not calculate 2 powers. Decimal value. The decimal value for this number, I just want to know if the decimal value of the 7. Find the test of divisibility of 8. That time the same solution should apply. Okay? Clear? Stream of numbers from 1 to 6 are being given to you. You just need to find whether the number, it can be like this, simple. I can tell that the question can be formatted like a stream of characters belonging to the domain 0 to 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can give any stream of characters from them. Okay? At any instant of time, you will have to tell me whether the string, the decimal equivalent of that string is divisible by 6 or not. Then you should understand that this is the law. By 5 law. 0 to 5. See. 6 also. Fine. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2. This is the base 6. Correct? Decimal equivalent of that will be divisible by 6 given that condition. Okay? No, not clear. Okay. See, given any number in base n, okay, to test whether the decimal equivalent of that number is divisible by n plus 1, okay, use this logic. You will have to add alternative characters, subtract, divided by n plus 1. If it is equal to 0, that is, if the modulo is 0, then the number is divisible by n plus 1. Clear? Okay, in page. Right. Any other? Okay, distinct substance. Okay. Right. He is storing ABC as A, B and C. He creates a root. See, don't imagine in a programmatic way, because you will have to implement, then you will understand it in a better manner. Okay? Now just understand in a practical or like in a abstract way. I have a root node, and I have something as a child, and I have something as a child for this. Everything is a node. Okay? Node is represented. See, node has list of children, which are of type node. Clear? There is a node. It will have lot of child nodes. Okay? A, B, and C. Now he comes. He reads ADE. He stores it as, there is a root node. It has child A. So I am not creating it. Okay? It has child. It does not have child D. It has only child B. So what he does is he creates B. Okay? Now again the same process. Okay? Now let's say next string is BDE. Okay, next string BDE. Okay, he sees if the root node, the process of inserting a string into this structure will be take the first character of the string, see if that character is one of the children of the root node. B is not the children of the root node. Okay, so he creates it because this root node contains only A are the children as one of his child or one of his children. Okay, again B does not have any children. Again, so he created D. D did not have any children, so E. Now S. Okay, so how will S A D? Now the next string is SFE. What happened? So the result says S already is present and did not create it. A is already present and did not create it. So P. Okay? He has created like this. Clear? Now ORA. Let's say another string ORB. Okay? Clear? Say, he says, clear now. So this is how he created the design. And the business person comes and tells, see, I had done. The programmer says, this was very simple for me to store all the strings in an array. Why are you going for some complex structure which had a lot of children or tree or whatever structure it may be? So this is complex, he says. Now, let us say I have to search ORA in this structure. I don't want to introduce the name now. Okay? Let us say I want to search for ORA. What happened there? I had to search the entire string list, and at the bottom I came and I got it. Okay? Now what happened is, I will see if the root node has a child O, because ORA O the first letter character O இருக்கு. ஓக்கு அடுத்தது R வந்து child தான் பாப்பேன். இருக்கா? இருக்கு. அடுத்து A அதுக்கு child இருக்கான்னு பாப்பேன். அதோட child வந்து AB இருக்கு. A. எவ்வளவு search? 3. அங்க எவ்வளவு search? எவ்வளவு? 1 million na whatever n under first case n words, and again for each of the search I have to compare. The string length need not be constant. The first string may be A B C D E F G H I J K also. So for each string I compare. Clear? Now so I am not completed, so I am going in an incremental basis. If you have any doubts, any name doubts also, please do ask. Okay, that will be helpful for others also, because this is some structure which you might not have learnt in your second semester or whatever.
Dictionary is implementation.
Okay. Yes, but then see, that's what in dictionary. I'll tell you the applications of this. Basically, the requirement, the initial requirement was, I have lots of strings, I want to search it in an efficient way. What happened? Suppose I want to search for SAT. Immediately, I can come SAT, that's it. How it is done, I'll send you my code. Or there are a lot of code which will be present in the net. If you see that, you will have a better picture. Okay. Now the thing is, one more thing that you will have to observe. In this, what is the memory that is used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 into 3, 21. 21 characters. Here see how many characters are used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Because I am avoiding the common prefixes. You know what's a prefix, right? So these prefixes, the common prefixes will be, the redundant prefixes will be stored in the same memory location. Clear?